To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself.
Problems that people have of me, they aren't my problems. So the idea of being petty or going back and forth, it's so beneath me because I don't have the problem. And
some people that I've kind of helped behind the scenes, and to see them attack, oh, I wouldn't have let him do this, I wouldn't have said that.
Good or bad. My frustration with Cat Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Cat was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You f***ed off promo shoots. You f***ed off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios...
How was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what, I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
Kevin Hart might be sitting at the top of Hollywood's comedy throne, but behind that polished grin and those cheesy gym videos, something real sneaky might be going down. Now it's Shannon Sharpe who's caught in the crossfire, and this ain't your average celebrity drama. We're talking about a full-blown takedown in motion. Shannon just watched a $100 million deal vanish into thin air, got slapped with one of the messiest lawsuits of the year, and on top of that, he's being hit with disturbing accusations from a 19-year-old model on OnlyFans. It's wild. But then came the twist. Cat Williams stepped in and flipped the whole narrative. He straight up called out Kevin Hart, saying exactly what everyone else has been whispering. This wasn't no coincidence. It was a setup. And the more you listen to what Cat's been saying, the more the dots start connecting. Cat's had beef with Kevin for a minute.
When he got here.
But now it's looking deeper than just jokes and shade. Every time Kevin levels up, somebody else, especially another black man in the industry, suddenly gets pushed out the spotlight.
We heard, did you?
Makes you wonder, right? Kevin's built an empire with that billion-dollar smile, but what if he's been knocking folks out the game behind the scenes? What if all that laughing was just a cover for something way colder? Cat ain't new to calling him out. He's been saying it loud for years, and maybe now, people are finally starting to listen.
In the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts, and is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning.
You look good doing it.
This story is way deeper than it looks. This drama didn't just pop off during that Club Shay Shay interview. That was just the explosion. The real tension between Cat Williams and Kevin Hart has been building for years. Way back in the early 2000s, Cat had the streets on lock, he owned the stage, and Hollywood was calling his name. But out of nowhere, the roles he was lined up for? Gone. And guess who was sliding into those same spots? Kevin.
I have a little resentment towards you because you beating their team,
right?
Or you know, certain fan bases are going to feel a certain type of way, and I felt that the better the player, the more vitriol and hate he's going to get from opposing fans. I got that, but in this situation, I can honestly say I did not expect the level of vitriol and the suddenness. That's what really got me.
Cat still stands on it. Kevin didn't grind his way to the top. He was placed there. Let's be honest, Kevin came into the game with Soul Plane, and that movie flopped hard. Normally, that kind of failure would shut a career down. But instead, dude got handed TV deals, stacked movie roles, and turned into the safe go-to comic for big brands and family-friendly flicks.
Hope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee, Kavenshané Wallace.
Wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Meanwhile, Cat got painted as unstable, wild, and out of control. But here's where it flips. Cat says he wasn't spiraling. He was being set up. And if you look close, it's always Kevin climbing right after Cat falls. Every missed deal, every hit to Cat's image, Kevin's right there reaping the rewards. That's not coincidence. It's a pattern. And then came the next phase, the era of wigs and dresses in black comedy. Remember that whole Hollywood push? Kevin even once claimed he'd never wear a dress. But guess what? He did exactly that on SNL. Full costume, no hesitation. Meanwhile, Dave Chappelle had already gone viral telling Oprah he walked away from Hollywood because he refused to be turned into a joke for execs to laugh at. So now, people are asking, was Kevin really just playing the game or was he part of something deeper? Because this ain't just comedy beef anymore. This feels like strategy. When Kevin Hart stepped out rocking that dress, Cat Williams took it as confirmation. This wasn't just comedy, this was a playbook. Kevin didn't just sell out, he signed up for the full role. And the dress? That was just the beginning. Back when Cat was running the comedy scene, suddenly all these stories started popping up. He was wild, strung out, unreliable. But here's the catch. Most of that noise didn't come from the police. It came from PR machines and industry whispers, manufactured chaos. Then Kevin went on The Breakfast Club and basically pinned Cat's downfall on Cat himself. But hold up, why come so hard for a dude who wasn't even in the same lane anymore? That's when folks started connecting the dots and asking the real question. Was Kevin just defending his brand? Or was he trying to erase Cat from the game altogether? People online are saying it loud. Hollywood loves a puppet. And Kevin? He fit that role to a T. He was clean-cut, brand safe, and never pushed back. But Cat? He was too real, too raw. He wouldn't play along. And Cat didn't just take the disrespect, he clapped back. He dropped a bomb saying he was the original pick for roles that ended up going to Kevin, but he got cut out because he refused to degrade himself on camera. One wild example? Friday After Next. Cat said they tried to force him into filming a disturbing bathroom scene where his character would be assaulted. He said, "Nah," and stood firm. And just like that, he got blacklisted. Kevin, on the other hand, reportedly didn't hesitate to take on those scenes. And guess what? He got handed the next wave of deals. Now jump to 2024, and suddenly all those old stories? They're hitting way different. Cat Williams pulled up to Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe's podcast, and didn't just break the internet, he set it on fire. The interview instantly became the most viral sit-down of the year. But the real jaw-dropper? When Cat unleashed on Kevin Hart again, and this time, he didn't hold back. Everyone thought Kevin would clap back right away, but he stayed silent, at least at first. A few weeks later, Kevin popped up on an NBA broadcast cracking these weird, offbeat jokes, and fans instantly caught on. That wasn't just some random shade. He was mocking Cat. It was slick, but not slick enough. The internet clocked him fast. But here's where things took a wild turn. Shannon Sharpe ended up catching stray shots in a fight that wasn't even his. After that Club Shay Shay episode blew up, Shannon's whole situation started falling apart. One by one, brand deals vanished. Guests started pulling out of scheduled interviews. Major partnerships ghosted. Everything just started crashing around him. Then boom! Out of nowhere, a lawsuit hit like a wrecking ball. A 19-year-old OnlyFans model named Gabriella Zuniga came forward, accusing Shannon of serious, disturbing behavior. It sent shockwaves through social media. Some fans were stunned, but others remembered something chilling. During that interview, Cat literally warned Shannon. He looked him in the face and basically said, "They're watching. You're next." And right after, everything Cat predicted started unfolding in real time. This ain't just internet drama anymore. This feels like a setup unfolding right before our eyes. Cat Williams didn't just spill tea, he warned Shannon Sharpe straight up. He told him the industry gatekeepers don't play fair, and Shannon? He made it way too easy for them to move in. Cat pointed out how Shannon had openly bragged about chasing younger women, not once, but multiple times. He'd joke about being single and wild like it was cute, and even talked about his thing for white women. Cat told him, "That kind of talk? That's what they'll use against you." And now, that's exactly what's happening. When Gabriella Zuniga stepped forward, it wasn't some mild tabloid scandal. It was a full-on media bomb. She filed a $50 million lawsuit, and it hit hard. But this wasn't some fan off the street. Gabriella, who also goes by She Is Carly online, is a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. She allegedly met Shannon at a gym, and the two started hooking up sometime last year, when Shannon was 54. Now here's where it gets real dark. Gabriella's lawsuit came loaded with some extremely disturbing accusations. She says Shannon didn't just mislead her, he manipulated her into a secret relationship, pressured her into race-based roleplay, made violent threats, and even recorded her without consent. She also claims he groped her multiple times. None of this landed soft. These weren't rumors. This was a legal filing with brutal detail. And the timing? Right after Kat's interview, where he basically called this exact outcome. Kat thinks Shannon walked right into a setup, and honestly, it's looking real suspicious how fast it all unfolded. This whole thing is exploding, and we're just getting started. Gabriella didn't hold back. She claimed Shannon figured out how to sneak into her building without permission, and even threatened to kill her if she tried to share her location or call for help. And the timing? Suspicious doesn't even cover it. This lawsuit dropped right as Shannon was locking in that massive $100 million media deal. People started asking the obvious. Are we really supposed to believe this popped off by coincidence? Come on now, the timing is way too clean. It didn't feel random, it felt strategic. And then it got deeper, way deeper. Folks online started digging into Gabriella's background. How'd she even end up close enough to Shannon to spark this kind of mess? And how did her legal team come through that fast with such aggressive force? That's when the name Jaguar Wright entered the chat, and things took a serious twist. Jaguar claimed Gabriella wasn't just some random model. She was allegedly tied to a powerful Hollywood family, the Zuniga family, as in Daphne Zuniga, the actress from Melrose Place, who's rumored to have deep ties to elite Hollywood circles, including folks like Kevin Hart. Jaguar laid it out plain and messy. She said Gabriella was planted, that the whole thing was a carefully planned hit job, cooked up to derail Shannon right before he leveled up. And to make it worse, Gabriella didn't come empty-handed. She had receipts, screenshots, messages, audio clips, and just when Shannon tried to flip the script and paint himself as the victim,
orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on...
Gabriella dropped a voice memo of him making creepy, freaky comments. This ain't just a scandal. It's feeling more like a takedown mission. Things hit a whole new level when fans found out Shannon's own lawyer confirmed he offered Gabriella a $10 million payout to make the lawsuit disappear. Now look, that doesn't scream guilt on its own, but it definitely screams panic. And in the court of public opinion, that's all people needed to go off. Picture this, Shannon's bag is falling apart. His name's trending for all the wrong reasons, and he's getting roasted online. That's when fans started side-eyeing Kevin Hart. Like, was he behind the scenes pulling strings? Let's be real. Kevin got connections everywhere. Studios, networks, streaming giants. He's got his fingerprints on all of it. He's the golden boy with the spotless image, hosting the People's Choice Awards, running around doing tequila ads with The Rock. He's Hollywood's safest bet. If Kevin so much as hinted that Shannon was a liability, that could be all it took to shut doors on him overnight. And the motive? Oh, it was clear. That Club Shay Shay episode didn't just go viral, it exploded right in Kevin's face. Cat Williams called him a plant, a sellout, and basically said he was in bed with the Hollywood puppet masters. And Shannon? He sat there, smiling, letting it ride. Never checked him, never defended Kevin. So when the heat came, people wondered if Kevin got even. But Shannon didn't just take it. He clapped back hard.
Mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you ever.
He denied everything and then dropped a bomb of his own, calling out Tony Busby, the lawyer leading Gabriella's case. That name might sound familiar. He's the same one who came for Diddy and Jay-Z. Shannon said Busby's got a pattern, going after powerful black men and twisting the media to flip the narrative. And then He called him out directly. No filter, no fear. Now that's when it really got spicy. But at this point, the damage is done. Sponsors have ghosted him. That $100 million media deal? On shaky ground. And Kevin Hart? Still dead silent? No tweets, no interviews, not even a slick Instagram joke. Just vibes. But let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about Kevin and Shannon anymore. This is starting to look like a full-blown pattern. First, it was Cat Williams, then Monique. Now it's Shannon Sharpe. Every time someone dares to give those voices a platform, boom, the fallout comes right after.
Another fun fact about the New York Knicks, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Cat Williams bought the Knicks.
He definitely bought it.
He bought the Knicks, and it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt.
Yeah, you can do that. You didn't know you could do that.
The first person ever did.
Yeah. Oh, they gave him a 30-day policy.
He bought them for 15 days.
And returned them.
Yeah. That's another fun fact about the New York Knicks.
He made the team.
He played.
He played. Oh, he played.
He played with the Knicks. He played with them.
We know he's fast. They say he's fast.
Yeah,
he's
one of the fastest.
A 3.9. Oh, yeah.
What you say?
A sub 3.9. He figured out how to play basketball from reading all them books.
3,000 of them.
3,000 a year.
A year.
And that's 2 a day.
Shannon invited Cat. Shannon sat down with Monique. And now look, he's buried in controversy. Deals disappearing left and right, and people whispering that he might be the next black celeb dragged down and turned into an industry warning sign. Meanwhile, Kevin keeps climbing, untouched. And fans are starting to say it out loud. Kevin doesn't just rise when others fall. He benefits from them getting pushed out. Whether he's pulling strings or just playing it safe and letting others take the heat, the result is the same. He stays winning while everyone else gets the boot. So now the question is Shannon really getting punished just for standing next to voices like Kat and Monique? Or did he give the industry ammo by living reckless and letting his dirt stack up until they didn't even have to dig? Sound off in the comments, because this ain't over. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tapped in for the next one. Because what's going down behind the scenes is way deeper than what's on the surface.